Okay, it is the official, in my mind, beginning of antelope season. Now, it's the beginning of August, and antelope archery, I got my 900 tag, doesn't start until August 15th here in Montana. But just like they say, hunting is year-round. This is when I really start to get ready for my antelope. I have one of my blinds out, airing it out a little bit. I think today's August 1st. Airing out the blind, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure a couple of feet around the bottom of the blind, and I'll show you why. I have an idea, and I went to Home Depot and I bought some fence posts. I'll show them when I get out to where I'm going to hunt. I'm at home right now. I bought some fence posts. They were cheap. They're only like $4 a piece, and I'm going to put them around the four corners. I might even do 6 around it, I'm not sure, of the blind. Last year I had 4 blinds. Now I'm down to 1. The wind just ripped them all apart. They were a couple of years old and they don't last too long, but I'd like to get more than 2 or 3 years out of them if I can. So my idea is to put these fence posts around, and besides the stakes, I stake them down with the stakes that they come with. Then I get extra stakes and I tie strings to the sides to keep them in place. But my idea is to build like a snow fence around each one. Now, if I have some of the netting, you can get the netting to keep deer out of a garden, or that camo burlap. I'm going to experiment with both. My idea is to have a wall up around these fence posts, and then the antelope will get used to, by the waterhole, will get used to that fence post, look like whatever obstacle they think it is. Just like they'll get used to a shed or an old windmill or an old junk car, I want them to get used to my fence posts with the netting around it, so when hunting season comes, I can just set the pop-up blind in the middle, drop the fencing material or the camo burlap, whatever I use, and they'll be completely acclimated to the blind being there. When I leave, I can just bring the sides up of the camo and or fencing material and take the ground blind with me. This way the blinds hopefully will last longer, and then I can have this year-round, and the antelope and deer should really be used to it. That's my idea. Wow. Lots of great ideas don't work out too well, but also, as you can see, none of my grass is cut. The house is not in order, and I'm going hunting anyway because I have my priorities. And I can talk big because my wife can't hear me. She's at work. So let's see what happens. Okay, I just got to my spot preparing for antelope season, and guess who's already here? We can see that maybe. There's an antelope. So that's one of the guys I'm going to try and get. Well, that might be one of the girls there. Yep. And so here's the spot where I shot one, not last year, the year before with the bow. And as you can see, it's a little green over here amongst a pretty dry field. Everything was harvested here. Oh, this was last year? No, year before. This wasn't planted this recent season. It's actually, I thought it was beginning of August. Today's July 30th, and they're out harvesting already. Where is she again? Look at that. What do you think the chances are that they'll be here in 2 weeks? Well, we'll see. So now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do over at the waterhole, just over that rise. So here's the game plan. A couple of these guys, these fence poles, I picked them up. They're only $3 and change, $4 at Home Depot. Some of this fencing, or burlap, I'm not sure which is going to hold up better. Pounder to sink those, and that's it. The goal is going to be, the idea is going to be to have it maybe 8 foot by 8 foot, because the ground blind is a little bit less than 6 foot by 6. And this will go up, and then the antelope hopefully will become acclimated to seeing something by the waterhole. So then hunting season, I can just drop the sides down and I'll have the ground blind in the middle of it. I tried doing this just with old ground blinds or ones that I wasn't as happy shooting out of, but the winds out here tore them up, and I don't know how much they are, 150 bucks a pop, 200. So I don't want to keep going through ground blinds. So I'll set this up and then I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I'm working here and I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be filming too. Here's what I meant, setting up these fence posts with some burlap all around it, camo burlap, and there is my water hole. And look, let me step over here. Look at all the footprints. I mean, I'm hoping this is going to be a good spot. Look at that. Hey, it's like Jones Beach on the weekend. Look at that. All those footprints in the sand. This is going to be good. Let's hope. And this is where I shot my first antelope buck with the bow. Not last year. Last year I got skunked. The year before. And I whacked him right there. And then he ran out that way and dropped. So I'm hoping this is going to do it. And here's the idea. There's the 4 fence posts, the burlap. If the burlap doesn't last more than a week or two, I'll replenish it with some stronger, like snow fencing. But I can come out here, the antelope will be acclimated to this. The antelope will be acclimated to this sitting here, this blind, and then all I have to do is drop the sides and throw in my pop-up, and that will do it. I hope. Let's see what happens. Beautiful day. And there's been a couple antelope out there too. Not too many. I've seen a few. See if I see some more before the day's over. So that's it. All done. And that should be all it takes. I'll see if it held up or not. One more experiment and dirt cheap idea. It's either going to be a great idea and you can say you got it here first, or I'm not going to admit to it. Well, I'm out here. I'd also like to let anybody that's interested know that we're going to be having a firefighter's duck hunt hosted by Buster Cooper from Buster Duck. He's also a captain in Conway, Arkansas. And I'm going to try and hold a firefighter's hog hunt right after that. So I'll get you guys the dates, but it's going to be mid-January. I think it's going to be 3 days for the duck hunt, and then immediately followed, there'll be a day off, and then anybody interested will have a 3-day hog hunt too, archery hog hunt. And I'll get back to you with more info on that.